In regenerative agriculture, we focus a lot on the pasture with our animals because the animals that we're raising, most of them are ruminant-based animal, which means they absolutely need forage to survive and to thrive. And so we want that forage to be as healthy and as good as possible. So when you're looking at a pasture and you're wanting to have a healthy pasture, you of course have to immediately go to the soil because all of the life itself of the plant takes place in the soil first and foremost. So I'm constantly looking at the soil, and as I look to see the soil, we can do soil tests. There's a lot of things we can do. One of the best things I can do in my pasture is look to see what kind of plants are growing and where. And so in my pasture, I'll have, of course, different grasses, and there'll be some places where I have forbs, or what we call weeds. And a lot of people think that those weeds are bad and, oh, we got to get rid of them and we got to spray them and all of that. But regenerative agriculture would say that those weeds are there for a purpose, and they're telling us a little bit about the soil. And so I'm looking tonight specifically at what I call a bull thistle. This thistle plant has little sharp needles on the ends of the leaves, and it's very, very uncomfortable. It hurts when you get a hold of it, or you graze your leg past it. So you don't want to handle them, obviously. They just spread like crazy. So we have a lot of times you'll see them kind of clustered together. And so I'm looking at that bull thistle saying, what in the world does that mean in a pasture? And a lot of times when you have a bare spot and it's had some disruption, it has gone through some difficult scenarios, and then it's also been compacted hardcore or overgrazed, and so it's bare. That's where you'll see this thistle really take off. It's got a deeper root. It can survive in these bare areas, so it'll come in and it'll take over. So here in my pasture, I've got a spot where 3 or 4 years ago I had my hay ring and hay, and I had cattle in here and some horses, and they would stand around that hay ring nonstop, and a lot of wasted hay went down there. But they would stand. It was very compacted, and I was constantly driving the tractor into that spot, moving hay in and out, and so it's very bare. Nothing's grown there for a year or two, and then when it did start growing, it was this bull thistle, and that's because that soil there is very compacted, and it has also had some disruption and some trauma there with all of that hay and all of that urine and manure all piled up in that one spot there, basically oversaturating it. And then because of that, also there's a very strong base of nitrogen, and this plant will also really grow in excess nitrogen in your soil. So that's what that plant is telling me. So isn't it interesting that one forb can tell me about my soil here, and then can help me to kind of make those corrections, and then I will hopefully see less of that one in the future. So it's the way God designed it to be. Regenerative ag is, I believe, one of the best way to raise livestock, to operate in ag, and I think it's the most natural, back to the fundamentals and the basics of the way God created it to be. So hope this is a help to you. This is what we're practicing here at Chippewa Farm, is the most natural way. We're not spraying any pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, none of that stuff going on. We are trying to do all of this naturally, and I think our animals love us for it. I know you love us for it, because you get healthy meat that doesn't have any of that stuff going in by way of the animals grazing. So many blessings. Have a great night.